Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for March 2nd, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, let's start with this 1, 2, 9. The 1 puts a 1 in one of these two cells. That points down with this one, putting a 1 in one of these two. Now, I always mention this the first time, but if see that how this 1 is in 2 places, and the only reason it's not in 3 places is because there's a 7 sitting here, right? There's a given taking one of the spots. So what we want to think about is how now 1 isn't in any of these 3 spots, so it's down to these 6 in this row. The row still needs a 1. So it's often good to check to see how that digit is limited in that row. In this case, it's down to these 4 cells, and that doesn't do anything, but it can be a very nice spot if you always follow up on that. All right, so that was the 1. Nothing vertical, I don't think. Yeah. We have the 2 here. Okay, so 2 has something similar going on. 2's in one of these 2. That points down along with this 2, putting a 2 in one of these 2. So first thing we can do is check for 2 in this row, plenty of places. But second thing is we have actually created overlapping corner marks here. If you think about what these corner marks are saying, one of these 2 cells is a 1, and one of these 2 cells is a 2. Well, if one of them's a 1 and one of them's a 2, we can't fit anything else in those 2 cells. They have to be a 1-2 pair. And that evicts any other digit that we thought could be in those 2 cells. So the 3 digits evicted, we can just think about the rest of this column. And what are these 3 digits? We can pencil it because it's only 3 digits left. So we need a 4, 8, 9. The 2 9s looking in, place the 9. And then this is 4, 8. Oops. And so let's follow up on this 9 here. 9's in actually one of these 2. Oh, I missed it. These 2 9s look in. 9 is placed here. Okay. And so 4 and 8 were removed from these 2 cells. Unfortunately, we don't really know anything else about 4 and 8 in the vicinity. So I don't think that's super helpful at the moment. Let's follow up more on those as we get to those bands. Let's make sure we finish this band up top first. So I was just on the 2. I did 2 digits. Vertically, the 2 doesn't seem to do anything. And then we have the 9, which we just placed. Vertically, we actually have a 9 in one of these 2 cells. Let's just finish up the 9s. I think we have 7 9s placed. Yeah, we have 7 9s placed, and the last 2 9s are in this rectangle somewhere. All right. So let's do this box now. First thing I want to look for, this is an empty column. So I want to look for any digits that might look into here that aren't already placed. So the 5 is placed, the 9 is placed, but the 7 is not. So the 7 looks in, putting a 7 in one of these 2, which is a bit awkward, but still interesting. If we had one more digit in this column that wasn't already placed in the box, then we would get a hidden pair. And actually, there will be exactly one more digit just like that, because these do end up being 2 different digits. Okay, so what was I looking at? So we have these 7s. I want to look at 4, 5, 8, 9 the other direction. So with the 5 and the 9 already placed, but 4 and 8 need to go in this column. And you'll notice that this cell here can't be 4 or 8. So actually, there's only 2 cells left in this column that can be 4, 8. And so that's a hidden 4, 8 pair, just like we got this hidden 4, 8 pair. That actually makes it a naked 4, 8 pair here. That's kind of interesting. Let's follow up on that immediately because pairs can be forgotten about. We need a 2, 3, 5, 7. I think everything sees at least one thing. So I'm going to write out 2, 3, 5, 7. We'll clean it up. So this can't be 2 or 5 from the column. This can't be 3 from the column. This can't be 5 from the column, and this can't be 2 from the box. So I don't think this forms any kind of pair or triple or anything. Let's just go through each digit. The 2's in these 2. The 3's in 3 of them. The 5 is in these 2, and the 7's in any of them. Okay. So I don't think we get anything more out of that right now. We got this 4, 8 pair. So the remaining 4 digits here are, let's just think about it. We need a 1, 2, 3, 6. This can't be the 2 or the 6. So this is 1, 3, which means the 2 and the 6 are up here for the column. So these 2 digits are not 2, 6. So they could be, well, the top one could be 1, but not the bottom one. They can't be 2. Let me explain why they're not 2, 6. This column needs a 2 and a 6, and they end up here. So no matter where the 2 and 6 end up in this column, it will be in this box. we can't put another 2 or 6 in this box. So if we tried to put a 2 or 6 in either of these two cells, we would ruin this column. We would not be able to place that digit in this column. That's called claiming. So again, we need a 1, which can only go up here. Can't be 2. We do need a 3, which can't go up here, so it's only down here. 4, 5, 6, we need a 7. So these are quite limited. 1, 7, and 3, 7. And so we know, yeah, and we could have actually seen this another way. It's kind of an interesting way to see it is whatever this 1 or 3 ends up being, like, you remember how I talked about how this 7 ends up in one of these two and how there'd be another digit down here, exactly one more down here that does it? We've identified it. It's this one here. We don't know whether it's a 1 or a 3, but whether or not it's a 1 or a 3, it can't go in these 3 cells, so it'll end up in one of these two. So the only options for these 2 cells, you can think about it as it's a hidden pair with a 7 and whatever this 1, 3 ends up being. So these end up being only 1, 3, 7. That's another way we could have kind of seen that. There's always more than one way to see the same deduction. Often there's several ways to see the same deduction. So it's nice to have multiple ways so that you don't miss any. If you have multiple things you're looking for that give the same deduction, the chances are you're going to find one of them, the more tools you have. All right, I'm going to do a normal scan on these digits now. This 4 looks in, this 4 looks up, putting a 4 in one of these two. That points into this box with this 4, putting a 4 in one of these two. Check this row for 4. Can't be here. Could be anywhere else. Okay. So that was the 4. 4 is somewhere up here. Not super helpful. The 5, we do have 2 5s. It puts a 5 in one of these two. We already have a 5 in this column. Right, I'm doing the 5. The 8. Does the 8 do anything? Not that I see. How about vertically? No. Actually, yeah. Interesting, yeah. So the 8 looks down to this box, this 8 looks in, and this couldn't be an 8 because we had this naked 4-8 pair here, which removed 8. And so 8's in one of these two cells. All right. What was I doing? This 8. Okay. Let's do the 9. I think we took care of 9. Yeah, 9s are fully marked. Okay. Let's look at these digits really quick. The 3, the 5, the 6, and the 9. Really, we just have to look vertically, but actually, this 3 looks in, this 3 looks in. That's not quite good enough. 5 we took care of. 6. Sometimes there's something I missed, so it's always good just to take a look. I want to look at these two cells because they're not 1 or 2. So if you count, they're not these 4 givens, and they're also not 1 or 2. So they're down to most 3 left because they're not 6 digits. So there's only 9 in total. 9 minus 6 is 3. Quick maths. All right. So we're down to 4, 7, 8. And that can't be 8. Okay. Always good to look to see if you matched up anything. All right. Next band. Let's start with this 3 and 5. So the 3 does not look very promising. Not seeing anything with 3. The 5, we do have 2 5s. This 5 looks down, putting a 5 in one of these two. All right. That's it for these two. So we have this 5 as well. Oh, I didn't actually mark these 5s down here somehow. So 5's in one of these two. And then the 7, we have 2 7s this way. Puts a 7 in one of these two. Check this column for 7. Plenty of places. There's 4 places for 7. Okay. And then this 7 doesn't seem to do anything, and this 9 we took care of. Is there anything of note? Okay, something I'm noting is this 6 looks into this box, and this can't be 6 because of the hidden 4-8 pair. So we didn't actually follow up on the hidden 4-8 pair in terms of what digits were removed, but it does put a 6 over here. And then we already knew the 6 was in one of these two. Okay. These aren't 8. I'm trying to see if I'm trying to get a brief count in my head, right? Because they're not 4. They're automatically not 4 digits based on our marks in the box. They're also not 8, so they're not 5 digits. And then this isn't 3 or 9. So let's think about what the digits are that are left. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 because we have 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 accounted for. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This can't be 3, so this is 1, 2, 4, which might come in handy. These can be any of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, interesting. I don't know if there's anything else with this band. Let's do the bottom band here. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm taking another quick look just to make sure. I don't think so. If I did, we'll find it later. This bottom band, let's do this 4 or 8. We already took care of 9s, right? So the 4 and the 8. 4 actually ends up in one of these two cells. So 4 and 8 are down here. Unfortunately, the 5 can escape up here. The 8, we already have kind of marked up. And then we've got the 6 here. We already took care of these 6s. I'm not seeing anything special with 6. Okay. Then we got the 1 and the 2 here. Really not seeing anything with those. The other thing I want to look at is the rest of this box, because we have the 4-8 pair. So we need a 3, 5, 6, 7. 3, 5, 6, 7. There's nothing looking at those at all. They're all 3, 5, 6, 7. Crazy. Okay, so I clearly missed a lot because I've only placed these 2 9s. I found some hidden pairs and stuff, which is nice. These 3 digits might be worth looking at because they're not the 1, 2, or 5. I mean, I don't know if that's the lowest of low-hanging fruit we've got, but we don't have a whole lot going for us. So I'm going to take a look. We need a 3, 4, 6, 8. Is that enough? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. So this is 4, 6, 8. These can be any of 3, 4, 6, 8. That does not make a triple. Okay. Let's look carefully for any low-hanging fruit that I might have missed here. What I mean by low-hanging fruit is any row, column, or box with 4 or fewer open cells. Those are usually just nice to just take a quick glance at, see what you can find. Okay, so I knew that the 1 and the 3 go with the 2, 6. So since this can't be 6, this is 1, 2, 3. And then this can't be 2, so this is 1, 3, 6. Oh, it can't be 3 either. This can't be 1. This is 2, 3, 6. Can't really do anything with those yet. 8 looking in help at all? Not really. Alright, I'm gonna keep looking. Wonder if this row is at all. I mean, it's only 3 givens in it. What about this cell though? It's not 2 or 8. The 9 it always makes it look like there's more going on. It's just not 2 or 8. So that's not helpful. Does this row have anything interesting looking into it? I'm not seeing much. Okay, there's going to be some random triple or something. Is there any geometry I might have missed? It was so interesting to find this 4-8, but it didn't seem to have much follow-up to it. I mean, we got a little bit out of it. Actually, we got a lot of it, but it didn't go anywhere. Is there anything I can say? Let's look at the columns. Columns so open. I'm really not seeing anything. Okay. Four, 7, 8, 4, 7. Not seeing it. This box we looked at. Maybe I should look at this column. I mean, I'm getting a little desperate. We need a 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. This isn't 1 or 4. So 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. So 3, 6, 7. Doesn't quite do anything. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 3, 4. Okay, so this isn't 3 or 7. So 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. Goes down to 1, 4, 6. This can't be 4, but it can be 1, 3, 6, 7. This can be 1, 4, 6, 7. That's not really helpful. Huh. I like to say they're markable, but not remarkable. Did I really? Another toughie from the New York Times here. There's some tough spot that I'm not seeing, I'm sure. Maybe I should take a look at this row. Just trying to target rows with like some amount of givens in them. I need a 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. This can't be 5 or 6. So 1, 3, not 5, 6. Could be 7. We have a lot of this going on where we almost make triples, but I mean, that's always going to happen. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. This isn't 1. Yeah, I mean, we already know this is 3, 6, 5, 1, 5. This is 3, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. Really, I mean, I don't know if this 1, 3, 7. I mean, it kind of interesting. Is this a Y wing? No, I don't think it is. It's not. Sorry, it would be an XYZ wing, but it's not because these share a 1. I don't think they're allowed to do that. If we want it to be a true XYZ wing. Actually, it might be. Let me take a quick look at this. Let me show you how, like, if you're not sure, like, this is how you test it, right? Look at the anchor. Think about all 3 digits it could be. If it's a 1, then it's a 1. We want to look at the shared digit between these two. So the shared digit is the 1. So if this is a 1, it's a 1. Easy enough. If this is a 3, this is a 1. And if it's a 7, this is a 1. So at least one of these 3 digits always ends up a 1. This is an XYZ wing because there's 3 digits in our pivot. So what does that mean? Well, it means any digit seen by all 3 of these cannot be 1. So that's going to be these 2 cells only. It has to share a box with this pincer because you have to include this guy here in the equation. So these 2 can't be 1. So this cell can't be 1 is the conclusion, which really doesn't seem helpful. But I'm curious what it can be. I'm going to mark the 1 in it. Well, I'm not going to mark it all right now, but curious if that would have been helpful. I'm not going to use it. I don't use the advanced techniques in these solves walkthroughs because they are never actually needed. But we need, I think it's interesting to talk about them though. We need 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. You know what's interesting is if this is a no, I don't think that's interesting actually. I was gonna say if this is a 3, that makes a 1, 7 pair, but makes that a 2. It does a lot. If this is a 3, it does a lot. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's at all interesting, but I found it. We're looking for good stuff here though. Let's see. We have all these 4 8s. I remember I got both of these 4 8s in this 4 8. Did I not follow up properly on any of those? Let's think about what was removed from this cell, because I didn't really do that. 1, 2, 3. I mean, the 2 we know is up here. Did we take care of 2 in this box? Not really. Nothing to take care of. 1, 2, 3, 6 is what was removed. So 1, 2, 3. Anything with 1, 2, 3 that I didn't catch? Not really. Whoops. Okay. What about these 2 cells? They're not 4, 5. It's shot in the dark, but 1, 2. They could be 3, 6, 7, 8. Oh, this is a naked 7. Look, it's not 3, 6, or 8. So let's just double check. It can't. So this cell here can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, or 9. So this is a naked 7. Seems helpful. What does this do? Oh, it gives us the 4 here. Sometimes it's just a naked signal sitting in a random spot. Anyway, that's 4 and that's 5. And what made me target this cell is the fact that it wasn't corner marked with anything. That's often a good sign. That's a 2. 3, 7 pair, so we can place the 5 in this row. That places the 5 in this box. Okay, we just got a ton of digits. We need to make sure we follow up properly. I want to get this box penciled in though. We need 3, 6, 8. And the 6, 8 looking in makes this a 3. That's 6, that's 8. That's not a 6. That's not 3, that's not 6. That places the 6 in the box. This is just 1, 2, 3. 1, 7, 8. Sure. This is 1, 2 only for the row, and this is 2, 7. Okay. What else is going on here? So I just got a bunch of digits up here. So the 2 3s do look down. Putting a 3 in one of these two. Not seeing anything special with that. The 5, the 2 5s look down, putting a 5 in one of these two. We've got the 2, 4, and 8. So the 2s look in, putting a 2 in one of these 3. The 4s we already have marked. The 8s we did not mark, which is quite nice because now we have a hidden 8, 9 pair here. So there should be one more digit for this column, which is a 6. Okay. This hidden 9 pair was for the box, right? The 8 and the 9 looking in, the 8 and the 9 looking in. But that affected the column, forcing 6 out of these two cells, pasting the 6 in the column. It's a hidden single. Pretty neat how that works out. I need 1, 3, 4, 7. This can't be 3, so it's 1, 4, 7. Okay. What's our... We got 4 here? Yeah, the 4 looks down, putting a 4 in one of these two. Do we look for 4 in this row? There's a couple places. Just these two, but how about the rest of this box? We know this is going to be markable because it's not 4. Let's think about the whole box. We need a 3, 4, 6, 8. So this is 3, 6, 8. There's nothing to do here. Okay. So this whole column is 3, 6, 7, 8. This can't be 8 because of the 4, 8 pair. So 3, 6, 7. It's not 6 either because of the row. 3, 7, 6, 7, 3, 6, 7, 7, 8. Huh. 8, 9, 4, 8. Okay, there should just be somewhere easy to look, but I'm not seeing it yet. This box should be markable because the 3's over here, 5's over here. I'll just mark it up. So the 3 goes here, the 5's in one of these two. What are the other two digits? We need a 1, and we need a 7. Okay. 1, 3, 7, 1, 5, 7s. What's with all these like almost 1, 3, 7 triples that I'm finding everywhere? Oh, actually, we do have a 1, 3, 7 triple right here. So the 1 ends up in one of these. So this is the first thing I want to apply because we can always come back to the 1, 3, 7 and fill these. But this box needs a 1 in it. Or sorry, the 1, 3, 7. One of these will be 1, one of these will be 3, one of these will be 7. Because if it wasn't, we would only have 2 digits to put in these 3 cells. There aren't any other digits that are appearing in these 3 cells. So all 3 of them must. We need 3 different digits for 3 cells. That's a naked triple, right? And so if a 1 will appear in these 3 cells, but not here, it's going to appear in one of these two, which is going to point into this row, removing 1 from this cell. But it also means that we have a quad left for these 4 digits. We need a 2, 4, 5, 8. This can't be 2 or 4, so this is, or 8. So this is a naked 5, giving us the 7 here. Notice the pointing 1s gave us this 7. That's 3, that's 1, that's 5. Giving us the 7. Now this is a 1, 3 pair. Maybe that's a little easier to understand. This is 4, this is 7. All right, that places the 4 up here, giving us the 3, 6, 8. That 4 gives us the 8 and the 9 and the 8. We also, this 8 comes down, giving us the naked 4 here. The 8 is placed based on our corner marks. That's 4 and 8. And our last digit here is a 2. All right, let's clean this up. 8 in this box is placed, only place for it. 9 in this box is placed, only place for it. We get our 1 and our 7 placed. Notice that that does make this a 1. The 2, 3, 1. So this digit did end up here. I said it would end up in one of these two along with the 7, and it sure did. That's a 3. We get our 7, our 8, our 1, and our 2. That's our 3 and our 6 and our 3. That's a 6 here. 1, 2, 4. It's not 4. So the 4 in this row only goes here. Let's play what does this box need. Actually, let's play what this column needs. It needs a 2. We need a 1, and we need a, what is it, a 3? Okay, I don't think I can resolve that yet. Oh, I can't. This 3 over here. I missed it. That's 1, that's 2, that's 1, that's 3. That's our 2. We need a, I think we need a 1 in this box. Yep, that go top there. Sorry, that's 2, that's 1. What am I doing? This is a 6. We need a 6 and a 7 down here, and we're done. All right, took me a bit to find what I needed, but it turned out to just be a naked single right there. So, you either spot it or you don't, but that seems like a linchpin naked single right there. It kind of just flowed from there. I think I probably had already found everything else I needed, and I just needed that naked 7. I needed to place the 7 there in order to make any progress on the puzzle. Kind of interesting how that works out. Even this XYZ wing. And notice how 2 of them ended up 1. I said at least one of them would be 1, and that was true. This is not a 1. So there we go. Well, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.